So welcome back everybody to the You Smile, I Smile podcast. We're going to call this season 2 episode 1. So we've had 5 episodes so far, and I'd like to thank everybody that have supported me with those episodes on the YouTube, on the Instagram, the Facebook and the TikTok. I'd like to thank Mark Lewis for helping me with the previous 5 episodes. You're an absolute star. So we have a new location. I had a guest on called Jamie Winchester, who was kindly brought to the surface some of my friends, Ali Bosch, Loren Henry, Fez Mia, part of the Urban Circle team that have looked after myself for years since I was a young boy, and they continue to do so in the city, and they've now provided me with this space here for me to continue doing these podcasts. I'd like to say sorry to anybody that has been messaging asking where the episodes are. I know we've had a gap. This was never the plan. Consistency is key for the algorithms on all of the socials and YouTube, I'm well aware. So we're going to give you these episodes weekly starting from now. Yeah, thank you to everybody. You smile, I smile. We're going to continue. Today we have one of Newport's great sporting legends. Boxing being the sport of his choice. Not just that, Steve, aka Sammy, is a character in himself. And I'm pretty sure you're going to really enjoy this episode. So we're going to dive into it. Steve, how you feeling today?
All right, thank you, Gavin.
Are you okay?
Nice to see you. Brings memories back when we first met.
Yeah. How you feeling today? You okay?
Yeah, I feel okay. I'm a bit nervous.
You nervous? What are you nervous about, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I can walk to the ring. I can get in the ring and fight, but I'm no good behind mics. I get all nervous.
No good behind mics, good behind the punch bag, good in front of the opponent. So that's not a worry though, because everything's going to be fine today. It's all going to run smooth. It's just like a conversation between us.
Okay.
We're going to take them.
Yeah, I feel relaxed.
You feel relaxed? That's the main thing.
Good gent.
We're going to take you back. We're going to take you back to the start for everybody. I want to ask you where you was born and what year you was born.
Yes, I sort of had 2 lives growing up. I had a life with my grandmother and my granddad every weekend. They lived in Clean Road, opposite Bath Street. Their back entrance was Cannon Street. So I know all the Bannertown boys. I grew up with them. And the Patch boys, I remember them. We were all football crazy. My main life was in Ringland with my mum and dad, called Farm Circle. So I was born in Cannon Street, Clean Road, and lived in Ringland mostly, but always went to see my grandmother and my granddad.
Same as me, I was. I think it was the thing, I think it still is a thing, isn't it? Grandparents, they fly the flag for the families, didn't they? Troy?
Yeah,
they look after you as well, didn't they?
Days, yeah.
And we all loved
I
the
was
food.
spoiled, yeah, because it was my grandmother was my dad's mother, so I was the first sort of grandchild, and I was looked after and spoiled.
Yeah. Are you the oldest out of your siblings?
Yes,
You're the
my
oldest.
3 sisters I've got. Yes, I'm the oldest.
1958 you was born?
Yes, I'll be 67 this October the 10th.
Yeah, 67. You don't look it either. You're still looking young. What do you reckon's kept you looking young?
I do my best to eat good food.
Yeah.
Now and again I have a treat. I might, go out and have a treat, a meal or something. But most of the time I eat all the good international food, mostly. I go shopping in all the international supermarkets and buy fresh turmeric, fresh ginger, okra, and all the other herbs and spices.
All the good stuff.
Chia seeds and prunes and everything.
You can keep on going, can you? Hey, so what school did you go to?
I started off in Milton School.
Yeah.
Yeah, growing up in England.
They're still going now? Still going strong?
Milton school is still going, yes. And I went to Ardridge.
Yeah.
At the time, we were the all-round best sportsmen. Ardridge was rugby, baseball, cricket,
everything.
Yeah.
Who did you used to knock about with in your school days? Can you fire a couple of names out, the people that I may know?
Yes. Sort of had we was involved in a little gang. There was Wayne Ford, God rest his soul. Tony Marasco, God rest his soul.
They were your good ones, were they?
And Martin Shepherd, God rest his soul.
Wow. So what are your meccas, Steve?
And yeah, we had a little gang. We used to go around the youth clubs. We sort of like wear bombardiers and denim jacket and denim jeans, braces. We wear a little cap.
I can see the smile on your face.
We looked the boys.
Yeah. Oh, good on you, Steve. You know sports, obviously. You said that Hartridge was a big sport in school, known for all of them sports you just mentioned. Did you have discipline from young to be into your sports, and was you training regular, or was it something that you was just doing all sports like most kids do? You have a dabbing in all of them, didn't you? But when did you think, oh, I'm going to start getting into my boxing?
That come late. Yeah, you're right there, Gavin. I did like all the sports. I used to play a bit of rugby and a bit of football and baseball and cricket. But yeah, it wasn't until I was 16. I had to dress up like I looked 18. I waited in the queue in the ABC cinema to watch Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee's, you're a fanatic.
And he turned me into a fanatic, keep fit fanatic. I wanted to be like Bruce Lee.
From the age of 16.
From the age of 16, yeah.
That's not a bad
I actually took up Kung Fu and I got nearly to a black belt. I think it was 1 grade or 2 grades away. And done all the stretches, done all these kicks. I'm still pretty good at it now.
I see you training all the time on the Facebook. I see you putting videos up and you have your talking through.
Yeah, I got to watch my inguinal hernia though. It bulges out a bit.
Yeah, so what we'll do is, now you've just mentioned that, we'll touch on that quickly. So when we was having a chat just a minute ago, when I was saying that I see you on your Facebook still training, down at Ken Dork's gym, which he kindly has you down there as well, you were saying.
Oh, he's a great Ken.
But it must be inspiring for a 67-year-old man like yourself, right? So people who know you, to see you think, hang on a minute. And I know you've done it all your life, so it's a lot easier, but I think it's exercise for people your age is something that they should really get into, isn't it?
Yes, I've done a lot of research on keeping those muscles stretched and keeping them energized, keep moving. Movement means life. And it even helps prevent cancer and terrible diseases like that. One of the bodybuilders, I forgot his name now, said on the TV, he said, I cannot understand how somebody can go through the day without training. And I've got an old saying, I go training before I go training. And then I go training after I've been training. Right. So I keep training, you know.
Keep training, you don't stop. Yeah, so we was just saying that the training helps with prevent all the diseases. Well, it can. Not saying that it does fully 100%, but I was training last year and now I haven't for 5 weeks, and I felt like I was tuned in. My energy levels were there. I was achieving things. I've stopped for 5 weeks and I feel the difference. Is that the same with you? Is that the reason why you can't stop? Because your mind, your mental state, the way you feel, your energy. If you don't go training, what happens when you don't go training?
I feel depressed.
That's it.
I cannot go through the day. I could not go through the day. I've retired now, so I haven't got to get up early in the morning. But when I do get up, the training demons, they attack me straight away. Sammy, get your training. Get your training done. Come on. What do you think you're doing, Sammy? You've stayed in bed too long. Get your training done. And I says, okay. And I gets the training done. I got a little indoor multi-gym in my flat. Yeah. I got some dumbbells and I got a press-up machine. And I burn on supersets. Not heavy, but supersets. I burn every day. That burn, I could not go without.
I'm laughing. I'm sorry to laugh. It's brilliant. I love it. I do. I could not go without that burn. So right, let's step it forward. So you've seen Bruce Lee in the cinemas. You've become a fanatic with him, and you've done your kung fu. And then when you've turned 18, is that when you first started? So did you have any amateur boxing?
Yeah, right. Yeah. So I went to the boxing gym, Albert Fowler.
Yeah.
And there was top amateur boxers there then: Paul Lewis, Robert Lewis, Paul Wetter, Richard Jeremy, Richard Avery. They were all there. They were the best in Newport at the time. Because Albert specialised in schoolboy and junior boxing, and they were only young at the time. And I went there because then, after I watched Enter the Dragon, I started thinking I was Bruce Lee. I did, honestly. And I walked into the gym like Bruce Lee. And they all looked at me and thought, who's this? Now, it's the first time I ever went to a boxing gym. I only went there to train the speed for my hands. So anyway, boxers as they are, they got me in the ring sparring with them, and they smashed my face right up. They did. But it was, I thank them now these days, because they actually made me tough.
Yeah.
They made me enjoy the pain. And it hurt.
And then I was here, then you was going back and back.
Yeah, then I moved on to Newport Sporting Club, which I do help out now and again. The boys, they all love me going up there. I help them out, and I had 14 amateur fights.
14
I
amateur
won.
fights.
I won 10, lost 2, and I knocked out 8. It's not a big record. It wasn't a lot of fights.
You don't hear about many knockouts in amateurs either, really. Do you?
I just knock them out. Yeah, knock them out the first. I knocked 6 out in the first round. So anyway, that was before I busted my metacarpals. So anyway, I'm walking through town this one Saturday afternoon, and I see this big fella coming towards me. I looked at him, and he looked at me. He said, "Sammy Sims." I said, "Yeah." He said, "Billy May." He said, "I've seen a couple of your fights." He said, "You got a good punch." He said, "How do you fancy turning professional?" Straight to the point. I had a quick flash go through my mind. Well, I need the money because I'm getting married and I want to put food on the table for my beautiful.
Take your time, you're not.
Family, and I ended up turning professional just for the money. My first fight was Selvin Bell in Manchester. He'd had 32 fights to date. I was saying to my manager, don't you think you've had too many fights more than me, Bill? Do I have to fight him? He said, yes, you've got to. So I went and knocked him down every round for a count of 9, and I beat him on points. But he was tough. He was a tough journeyman. I think he fought Barry McGuigan in his first fight.
Is he in his first?
Yeah, on Barry McGuigan's first fight. I think Barry McGuigan fought Selvin Bell, yeah. Check him out, Gav.
I did have a look at the old Selvin.
And then it went on from there then. My second fight was Eric Raganozzi. I knocked him down for a count of 9 every round. And I ended up running out of steam, and he beat me on a stoppage.
After knocking him down all the rounds, what he sounds like, and Steve, he must have been a tough cook. Yeah.
Oh, Eric Raganozzi, I still speak to him.
Do you?
Yeah, I speak to him. He was called Eric Hurricane Raganozzi. He was like, when he punched you, he wouldn't stop. He was like a
machine, like if someone pulled the pin on the back of him.
Yes, and
in 1979 to 1981, when I done some research, and it says to me that you had 14 fights within the space of that time, or within the space.
There was about 12 or 14. Yes,
that's Steve.
Billy May, yeah, he was getting me near enough a fight a month.
People this day and age are professional. They would never have that many fights within the space of 3 years after these days. Why do you think that in 2025, professional fighters, the fights they have a distance apart, some of them within a year, some of them 8 months or whatever. Back in your day, seems to me like the fights were getting turned over a lot quicker. And we're only human beings, and our resources and the science has got a lot better. So why can we? Why do you think people like yourselves was going having that?
Well, back in my days, there was no Sky TV.
So
like there is today. TV could be any TV broadcaster, and you got a bit extra more money today. In my days, there was no TV, and when you signed contracts with the manager, he expected you to fight. So whenever he said to you, "I got you a fight," because lots of short notice fights in those days. When I only had 2 days notice. Jimmy Flint only had 2 weeks training.
for you.
Yeah. And for example, and you wouldn't get much notice, and you just have to take the fights.
Does that mean that that's the reason why you was all training? You people like yourself would have been training continuously, no matter what happened, because you got to be ready to be ready.
That's what the managers in those days expected you to do.
Now you can get a lot of fighters now. They'll go in there, they'll have a fight. Rightly, they'll have a break after it, but sometimes that break can be 2-3 months before they even step back in the gym, which they now call a camp, before they go for their fight. Like, you know.
Well, they're called journeyman today. I've been a
journeyman.
After I retired from boxing, I became a professional boxing manager.
Yeah.
And promoter.
So we're going to get to that, but I want to finish a few things with your career, right? Because
and I'm just fitting it in. Then go on.
1982 was a good year for you, wasn't it?
Yes, that was very shrewd management by my manager, Billy May. Vernon Pembrey's was fighting Pat Odell for the British title.
Right.
And Billy May said he chose you for a warm-up fight, Steve.
Yeah.
He said, it'd be 8 threes. He is good. He said, but I got you a fair payday. Do you want to take the fight? I said, okay, Bill. So I went and drew with him on the Johnny Owen bill. We were sporting bout. We were sporting the night. Joint bit next to Johnny Owen's fight. He was fighting for the European title. And I went and drew with him. The referee gave us a draw. So Billy May, quickly thinking, sent a letter into the British Boxing Board of Control, stopping him fighting Pat Odell and demanding a rematch and eliminated to fight Pat Odell.
Right.
And I ended up beating Vernon Pembrey because he went and got me a nice little fight in the Ebble Bridge Club in Newport.
Ebble Bridge,
it was absolutely jam-packed. It was like a summer's day. I was sweating walking to the ring. The heat was unbelievable. Everyone was smoking fags. and I think I lost about half a stone after the fight. We checked my weight, and the sweat and the energy had just drained from me. But I ended up winning on points.
You won on points. So everyone's smoking Benson edges and silk cuts. It's boiling hot in the Ebble Bridge, and you've gone in and won on points.
Right on points.
So do you know when you had a fight for your British, and you had a Teddy? What's the fella's second name? So I don't know how to pronounce it.
Excuse me for interrupting, Gav. The next fight was the final eliminator for the British title.
Ah, right. I've skipped too much. Go on then. We'll have a go at that one.
And that was Jimmy Flint, the whopping assassin.
The whopping assassin.
And he was the whopping assassin. He'd had 29 fights, 19 KOs, one loss, one draw. And I had people like my ex-amateur trainers and saying to Billy, no, he can't take that fight, sir, Billy. He's going to get hurt. Going on my experience, not realising I've just come into beating Vernon Pembrey's, and now I've got Jimmy Flint, this big puncher that just knocks you clean out with both hands, with either hand, I should say. So anyway, we took the fight. I had 2 weeks training because I packed up. I said to my manager, I'm not fighting him. I said, I'll fight him. And we had a row, and I packed it up, and he come to my house in Ringland, and he stood by the door. He said, you coming back? I went, okay, Bill. Came back, done 2 weeks training in the gym, running 3 times a day, training, running, gym in the afternoon, gym in the night. Goes to the fight. It was in the Royal Albert Hall. It was jam-packed. But to my surprise, I had about 200 fans.
They all turned up.
Singing, Sammy, Sammy.
Yeah, you weren't expecting that.
Coach from Betis, coach from Pill, two coaches from England.
You weren't expecting that on the day, was you? So all the coaches went up for you.
Yeah, it was my great friends, Roger Williams and Johnny Lauren.
Roger from Daily St. Joe's?
Yeah, we were great training partners in the day.
I'm going to get Roger onto the podcast. We have to tell his story, but go on, Steve.
We used to come running. He used to come running with me, and I sort of like taught him boxing, and he taught me judo.
Yeah, he likes his judo, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know, and we used to meet and have a meal, and go out with the wives. We was really friends, really great friends. But all of a sudden, we weren't friends. We were friends. We never ever fell out. But it's just
That's life takes you down different paths in life, doesn't it?
yeah, different paths in life. Yeah.
So winning the Albert Hall, 200 people screaming your name.
Yeah, Sammy. There won't be another. What is it? How do it go? That tune.
I couldn't tell you, but
Yeah.
And then you won it.
And I walk into the ring and I had tears again because I'm hopeless at things emotionally. I sort of get a bit full. And I started crying walking to the ring, and I hearing all these boys and the Royal Albert Hall. There was Johnny Lauren nearly falling over. People had to hold him to stop him falling over. They'd all canned up and drunk. Sammy, Sammy. That gave me a feeling that I was Bruce Lee. I walked to the ring like Bruce Lee. I went and knocked him out in the fourth round. I shocked Britain.
You shocked Britain and
Britain and Europe.
That was the day they stuck that British belt over your shoulder, was it?
No, that was the final eliminator.
That was the final eliminator.
Yeah, knocking out Jimmy Flint.
So now
I'll never forget that fight.
So after that fight, you've got to fight Teddy.
No, there was another eliminator. Vernon Pembrace and Teddy McCougan fought each other to fight me for the British title. But purse offers went in with Ray Randall, Billy May trying to get the fight in Newport. And it ended up going to Scotland. So I took about 50 fans with me. They bought tables because it was a dinner show. And what a fight that was. It was toe to toe. God, I think, all right, I did knock him down in the 12th because it was a 15-round fight. But I think he went half and half. He got half stunned, but the other half was exhaustion. Because when I went to the neutral corner, I nearly collapsed myself. We were both so exhausted.
15 rounds. 2 minutes or 3?
Toe to toe. 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
15.
There was 15s back in the day, was it?
Yeah.
Not a joke, that ain't, is it?
No. But I trained for that, sparring with Johnny Owen.
Yeah.
30 rounds I done with him.
45-minute
I
scraps.
sparred all the way round the valleys, all the different gyms. Billy May used to take me to the gyms, Swansea. There'd be 3 of them waiting for me. Frank McCord, Jeff Pegler, Robert Dickey. They'd be waiting for me. They wouldn't smile at you. They wouldn't say hello to you. They'd look at you and say, who do you think you are coming to spar with me at my gym?
Yeah, let's have a go.
And they want to punish you. That was worse than fights, that was. Sparring with the Valley Boys.
Yeah, I bet.
As tough as 10 bears they had.
Yeah, I bet. And he lived it up as well, didn't he?
But that toughened me up as well.
Yeah, no.
I used to go home and lay down in bed next to the wife and noise in my head.
That's what you could hear.
With all the punches I took.
So, when you've won your British, and then you didn't even defend it once, did you? You was going to fight Barry McGuigan, weren't you, to defend your British?
Yes, I had to defend it.
But you didn't
And
then...
refused one. It was jumping Jimmy Duncan. I should have done a quick defence of it to win it outright. But I said to Billy, no, I don't want to take it. I did, that's how I was. And then he said, right, you've got to defend it now. Your time's nearly up at 6 months. He said, Barry McGuigan. Barry McGee was only up and coming at the time. I didn't really know who he was. I had to look him up, and he had a good record, good amateur. And I sold 3 coaches to go over in a ferry to watch me.
To Ireland?
To Ireland. I took an army of supporters, and that's what motivated me more than anything, my supporters. And all of a sudden, Billy said, oh, Sammy, I got something to talk to you about. I said, yes, Bill. He said, we've been offered to fight for the European title against Loris Stecker in Italy for double the money. I said, well, I'll leave it to you, Bill. And he went and come up with an idea to relinquish the British title, so I get out of Barry McGuigan's contract. But Van Eastwood was only happy about it because he knew it was going to be a fantastic fight. And it was not happy at all. So anyway, I got out of that contract fighting Barry McGuigan and went to fight Loris Stecker for the European title. 12 3-minute rounds in Sardinia. We're on the plane, we catches the plane, just me and Billy and Johnny Avery, God rest his soul, he's my trainer and second trainer and cornerman. What a fantastic guy he was. And we catches a plane to Rome, then a plane from Rome, midnight plane from Rome in the dark to Sardinia. Gets in a taxi, tells him the hotel. Taxi driver said, look out for the bandits. We went, why? They kill you. I thought, where the bloody hell have you brought me, Bill? Goes into the hotel. There was a hotel being built next to it. I couldn't sleep through the night. They were working nights on the drill. So Billy, my manager, got me out of there, put me in another hotel. And then I'm walking to the ring. There's like 2,000 Italians singing, Stecca, Stecca. And 15 police round the ring with machine guns with their finger on the trigger. And worst thing I ever done. I'll go to my grave with the guilt. In the hotel room, after Billy just my manager gave me a little bit of white fish, I wasn't satisfied. I always done my own dieting, but he took over and he was panicking. He said, are you going to make the weight? You're going to make the weight? Making me all paranoid. So I went up and done my bag. I'm looking in my bag in the hotel room and I sees a Mars bar. So I scoffed the Mars bar because I'm not hungry. Then I had a guilt attack, a guilt trip. And out of the blue, there was a bottle of herbal laxatives, which I used to use for training to keep my weight down. So I better take one of them, go in first thing in the morning. Didn't go first thing in the morning. And got weighed in, didn't have to worry about nothing. I come in my lightest, 8 stone 11. That's a super bantamweight. 15 minutes before I got called into the ring, my bell started working in the changing rooms. And I just blew all my energy down the toilet. And in the fight, I was just weak. I couldn't do that. Couldn't be myself.
It's your biggest regret?
I go to my grave with the guilt of taking that laxative.
It's not you. It's a tricky one, isn't it? You know, because
there's not a week that goes by that I don't think about it. It haunts me.
It haunts you.
Taking that laxative like an hermit.
Don't make me laugh at you, Steve. It's not a laughing matter.
Yeah. Like an hermit.
So you reckon if you never took that laxative, you would have seen through to that European?
I would have had the same strength as I had when I was warring with Jimmy Flint, the whopping assassin, punch for a punch. When I fought Jimmy Flint, I had half a dozen white flashes. I actually went blind every time he put me on top of the head. Boom. But I wouldn't go down. And I know I would have had the same super strength.
Yeah,
Bruce Lee was with me again. I knew I would have had that Bruce Lee's super strength, and I would have warred with Loris Stecker, and I know I would have beat him. I would go to my grave with the guilt.
It's easy for me to say, but I hope you don't torment you too much, because, you know, it's not something, but I should imagine.
But it won't go away. This is another flashback I'm having now. Mike Nutt, my great friend, he's a mechanic. He owns a garage in Maindy. He plays little tricks on me. He says, "What happened then, Steve? Did you take a laxative?" He brings it all back to me, and I tells him exactly what I'm telling you now. I go through it all again.
And he's here that God knows anything.
He's just haunting me.
Oh, wow. So, do you know when that happened? Did you decide to calm down with your boxing a bit then? Did that?
No, we came back. We won the super featherweight Welsh title against Steve Cleek, defended it against Tony Borg. I changed managers because I wasn't happy with Billy, what he done with him, but I'm not going to talk about a dead person in badness. Without Billy, I would never have got to the top. He was a fantastic trainer and shrewd manager, but we just fell out over this certain thing. I won't mention it.
Good man.
And I ended up going with Mac Williams. We fought Tony Borg.
Let's get into that, because you and Tony
my good
are still
friend
friends.
Tony.
And Tony's a friend of many people.
It was close. It was super close. I just had that feeling of, and I walked to the ref. Tony walked to the ref as well. We both did put our hand up, but the ref chose me and put my hand up.
I watched it the other day, and I've got to say, Steve, I didn't know all the way through. I was thinking, oof, this could go. I thought Tony had the first couple of rounds.
Yes, he won the first half of the fight.
And then you started getting into it.
He sort of, like he said, if I was his trainer, because I managed Tony and trained him after I retired, he was going all the way to the top. He was Tony, but he got knocked over.
That was sad. Yeah.
I was sad. I won't go into it because that upsets me as well.
We had Tony on for an episode. We did, right? Brilliant episode with him and his son Junior, and we managed to misplace the audio, so the episode never went out. But Tony's gonna come. We're gonna have Tony back in, but we'll let you.
Yeah, we're great friends.
What was your opinion on the fight between you and Talk us through?
I thought I won it because he was faded the last 5 rounds, especially the last 3 rounds. If it was a 12-round fight, I'm sorry to say, Tony, but I would have stopped you.
You would have stopped Tony.
I would. If it was give me another 2 rounds, and I would have wore you down, Tony. I would have stopped you.
There you go, Tom. So when you come on, we're gonna get your opinion, whether you think Sammy would have worn you down. Brilliant, though.
But we've become great friends, me and Tony.
Yeah, it's positive.
It's a fantastic way of looking about the sport, boxing. You can hit lumps out of each other and then become great friends.
Yeah, and share the story together.
Yeah.
I'm going to skip through a little bit, right, just to name drop. But I was doing some research, and I came across Steve, that Charlie Bronson, didn't he give something? Didn't he donate something at one point so you could raise some money or something for you? Or did he give something? Or he was in touch? He gave you a phone call years ago?
He sends presents to me. He sends paintings. I got 4 or 5 of his paintings.
Have you?
He sends them to me and signs them to me, Steve Sims. I've never wrote to him and I've never spoke to him. I think it's because he loves boxers, Charlie Bronson. He loves boxers and he keeps in touch with boxers. And he's also, I think, something to do with Andrew Collinbaum, my great friend.
He was the
king of all solicitors, my greatest friend. We go training every week, me and Andrew. And
he's a retired solicitor?
No, he's still flat out. He's still the best.
He's still the best. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he must have helped Charlie along the way somewhere. Did he?
Yeah, somebody there. Andrew always comes along and gives me a present.
That's
Charlie
nice.
sent you this, Sammy.
You can't fault that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, as we're doing, we're moving on. We're gonna dive away a little bit from boxing because I like a pint of lager. I do. I like a pint of Guinness. I like any alcohol, to be honest with you, which is my downfall, right? Whiskies, anything. You all used to own pubs, didn't you, when I was growing up?
I suppose when I talk to my friends, and talking to you as well, Gavin and Yayan, I also went from bad to worse. I went 15 years, 5 different pubs in Newport, in owning pubs, notorious pubs as well.
Can you start us from the first? Do us a favour, Steve, if you can start us from the first one. Give us a story from I want to make your way through the pubs with us, because I'm pretty sure if there's anybody who's, well, people who are watching from Newport, they'd be ready for this little patch here.
Well, I went into a panic because I bought a shop, newsagent general store and off licence, and that was on Somerton Road. I had to get up at 4 o'clock to open it up, close at 10 o'clock every day. And I actually had 4 fights in that shop as well. Tony Borg, Rashid Llewell, Paul Hodgson, and Robert Dickey. And that was shocking energy I needed. It made me feel so weak. And so I sold the shop. And me and my wife Gaynor, my ex-wife at the time, beautiful lady, and 3 children. We got to stay in a little hostel, temporary, and then Gaynor used to get nervous, my wife at the time. She used to get nervous and see me going out on my own. I'd always come up with some idea. I was a very, very fast person to live with. I was always be doing something. So I come up with an idea all on my own to buy a pub. So I went and bought the Welsh Prince opposite the YMCA, down Commercial Street. Not Commercial Road, Commercial Street.
Right.
And I spent my last pennies doing it all up. Then the opening night, it was Joe Erskine, Tony Borg, Spikey Watkins. Sorry, Spikey, forgetting your name. You know what I'm like, Spike. And Jeff Pedler, and we had a great night, an opening night, and that pub just took off. God, Stu, I brought life down to that end of town.
Yeah.
It was jam-packed every night. I had the shove halfpenny side, the pool side, the dart side, the football side, the best football side, the baseball side, the ladies' baseball side. It was absolutely flat out there.
I bet.
And then then entrepreneur come involved, and we all had to sign a 20-year lease. That was only a 5-year tenancy. So I had to move on to a bigger pub. I moved on to the Hall of Fame in High Street, which is called the Carpenters.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the original name of it.
Ah, right. The one up here.
Yeah.
Right.
That was I done my research. The sign's still on the front. I got an historian involved, and that was the oldest pub in Newport.
Ah, it is. Yeah, they're 1980. They used to.
It was a jailhouse first.
Ain't there a tunnel that goes under there all the way down toward the river, and they used to bring the whiskey.
Yeah.
Used to bring the whiskey.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't a jailhouse first. It was called the Carpenters. It was made of wood.
Yeah.
And John Frost come down.
Whiskey house.
John Frost come down from the valleys. The story I've heard, and burnt it down.
Right.
And it was rebuilt as a jailhouse, and it was rebuilt of stone. And the jailer hung himself in there. So the one night, I'm in there after getting everyone out on a Friday night. This went in, this broadcasted in the papers. This story. I'm in the kitchen after getting everyone out on a Friday night. And looks to my left, and then I seen this figure pass. big, only about 5 foot, big stocky, like he had a fur coat on and a cap. And I said, shouted out to my wife, Gainer! And I looked, she was still in the room, so it couldn't have been her. And I thought to myself, what the blinking heck have I just seen? And the historian came along and he confirmed the jailer hung himself in there. I seen him.
Yeah, man.
I don't like telling ghost stories. I'm not the one to tell ghost stories. But
that was something that you could remember there, yeah.
Yeah.
What about the Mariners pub? You have the Mariners in Pill?
Yeah, I had the Mariners, yes.
That was you, was it?
Yes. Brought life down there as well, but after the Millennium Night, the year 2000, pubs went quiet.
After the Millennium?
Yeah, so I got out of it then. I got out of the pub trade.
What did you go on to do then?
And then I got married to a beautiful lady called Debs. And she had a problem. We tried to beat it. And she ended up dying next to me. And that was sad. That was terrible sad.
I was life.
We had a fantastic part in the funeral. Was brilliant. And I went home on the day of the funeral. The funeral director said, "Where do you want Debs kept overnight?" I said, "In my house next to me." So I had it in the coffin next to me.
So that's what
I'm laying on the settee. So anyway, she gets buried, so I'm in the house on my own in the night. And I'm in the kitchen, and I looks at the kettle, and the kettle came on his own. So anyway, I turned it off, went down in the fridge, looked at the fridge, and it came back on again on his own. So I phoned up the mediums. 4 of them turned up. They were called Ghostbusters at the time. They were from the valleys. They come with all the equipment. They buzzed round the house. They said, "Did your late wife have a son?" I said, "Yeah." "Died young?" I said, "Yeah." "Did your wife drink a lot of tea?" I said, "Yeah, when she was trying to get off the alcohol, yes." They said, "Well, they're both in this house. They're still in here. Do you want us to put them at rest?" I said, "Yes, please." That's a true story.
Wow. Is that something that you believe in to this day now, Steve?
Well, it happened. The kettle happened.
100%.
Not making it up.
No, of course I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't have to make them stories up.
Yeah.
So you've had some heartache along the way with your boxing and with your wives and families.
Yeah.
And Steve, you still continue to train to this day, didn't you? At your ripe old age of 67.
Yeah. Even though I got an inguinal hernia, and I'm suffering from puberalistic dementia and post-traumatic stress disorder because I had an iron bar over the head, mind. Working on the doors. Big iron bar swung through the sky and bent over my head. I had 40-odd stitches as a scar. That caused the post-traumatic stress disorder, but I won't give in. And I don't like saying this. I hope you understand me. But even if I'm in hospital with tubes all around me, I'm still not going to stop doing my press-ups.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect no less. I wouldn't expect no less. I see you on your Facebook banging like 50 press-ups in one hit. I know young men who can't do them.
Yeah. Well,
Steve, sorry.
A lot of people, they say, "You're not going all the way up, Steve," because I got a bent arm. I broke it when I was 5, and the hospital put in a sling instead of a plaster.
So, yeah, look at that there. You can't straighten it up properly.
No.
Steve, do you mind holding up that first belt there and talking us through it quickly?
The super featherweight Welsh title.
Yeah. Look at that. So how did you manage to get your hands on that bad boy?
Ron, the secretary of the British Boxing Board Control, he said, "I got a present for you, Sammy, because you're doing so well in promoting and looking after the boys in boxing. and he gave me that rare belt.
Beautiful.
Johnny Owen have owned it. Howard Winston have owned it.
That's when
Joe Erskine have owned it.
That's when you was up all the way ABC running it, was it? When you had the gym up all the way, training Craig Woodruff.
Yes,
Ever Smiler.
That's when he thanked me for helping keeping boxing on the map.
What about this other belt we got in the case here, Sam?
Oh, that's a replica of the British title. It's
because they don't give that out.
no,
so they give you
no, but it still looks good. It's great to have photographs.
Do you want to hold that up for us, Steve?
And
so
I'm entitled to own one, but you got to win it 3 times to get a free one.
Right. Okay.
And I don't think they fully made a gold these days like they used to in Henry Cooper's days. He won 3 of them. It was solid gold.
Ooh,
I think.
Imagine having solid gold,
most
mate.
of the British titles are like this now.
If I was solid gold now, I'd even ask you for free range, and whoever wins can have it, because I wouldn't mind scrapping
It's
that.
a great memory.
Beautiful. Oh, happy days. We could sit here and talk for hours, but I reckon we'll have a part 2 in the future. To be totally honest with you, and get you back in, because I want to get you in like in a year or 2. So your children, Sam.
Oh, I love my children.
And your oldest is how old?
Craig is 45.
45, that's your eldest. So then...
Dale's 43. Danielle's 32. And Zeeley is 25.
You're Zeeley's father?
Yes.
Are you? I know Zeeley and Zeeley's mother, Amanda, innit?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know Zeeley was yours as well. Wicked. I know
Yeah,
Dale, I know
great.
Danielle.
They're all great,
yeah,
lovely
all of them
people.
great. Yeah. And you still see them off? You still see them whenever you...
Yeah, I see him. See Amanda now and again. She's a fantastic character. She's a beautiful lady. She's got a heart of gold.
Well, there's a box of frogs.
But she should have been a professional entertainer. She should have been. She's a brilliant dancer, brilliant singer. But she used to tell me all about her life, and a few things went wrong. She could have made it in the entertainment world.
Right. We won't dive into that. Maybe one day we'll even get Amanda on. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. No. Is there anything you want to talk about before we...
And so when I'm over in Australia, fighting Lester Ellis, my daughter, I was in the changing rooms, my daughter was born. I had a pagers in those days, one in our phones, and they come through. Steve, your wife have just given birth to a baby girl, Danielle. So I always remember every birthday, I always tell her in my card. I'll never forget when I was in the changing rooms, and that's when you were to fight Lester Ellis. You were born, Danielle.
You were born.
And I've got 10 grandchildren.
10 grandchildren. That's brilliant, isn't it? That's brilliant. I bet they love you. I bet they're all mad.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
And my son, Dale, he's a grafter.
Scaffolder.
And Craig's a grafter. But Dale, he goes training at 4:30 in the morning before he goes on a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Scaffolding all day.
Can I just be honest with you? It's because he does nothing when he's in work day. You does nothing. I winded him up. I know Dale, and I've worked with him.
Yeah,
and I know
he is a grafter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been grafting for a long time, hasn't he? Yeah, take nothing from him. Strong boy as well. Yeah,
he likes his training. He gotta go. He won't go to work unless he does his training first.
Just been to Turkey. You have his teeth done, haven't he?
Oh, turkey teeth.
I got him as well, though.
Yeah. Nice, isn't he?
Well, I didn't learn to duck. I had mine knocked out, so I didn't have a choice.
Lester Ellis knocked mine out.
Did he?
Forgot to tell you that.
How many?
The old front. That's how hard he is. That's how hard he is. No one could he even says now.
Oh, they come out in your gum shield.
He even says now that out of all the fights he had, he won the world title 5 times at 5 different weights. And he said to my friend who emigrated over there, Neil Watkins, he said, the hardest boxer and toughest boxer I fought was Sammy Sims. And he knocked my teeth out. He took the gum shield out, my teeth, they snapped. But I still wouldn't go down.
Oh, Steve, I really enjoyed it today, having a sit down with you. How do you feel about this little conversation we've had today? Do you think it'll be alright that people enjoy it?
I'm only on this earth, not
long.
Not 12 people. You know, feed Steve some rice. We help the needy. We take food around people who are short of it, that needs it. And I don't like to think that I'm on this earth to make people unhappy. I'm on this earth to make people happy and love you all. I always follow what Bruce Lee said. Under the sky, under the clouds, we're all family.
I really like that. I really do. And do you know, when we cut this podcast down into little shorts, I'm going to make that into a short, because you just said some really lovely words at the end, which I think a lot of people need to take a leaf out of that book. I can just end this by saying thank you so much for coming in today. We could have talked about so much more, but I like to keep these between 45 minutes to an hour so we can keep the listeners interested. Anything more, they tend to drift off, do you know what I mean? But I think we've done well here and squashed all your story down into a 45 minutes to an hour.
Brilliant.
Steve,
it's lovely to see you, Gavin. My old mate.
Let me shake your hand, mate. You're an absolute
and every time I leave you for a quick couple of minutes, I always say, wow, Gavin's handsome.
I get that from my old man, see. My mum kick off. My mum say different.
You look like a film star, Gavin.
Well, I'll take that. I feel pretty rough as out this morning, thank you. You're not looking too bad yourself at your ripe age.
Thank you very much.
Steve, we can't have you in here today without you giving us a presentation of the militantness of your press-up situation.
Yeah. As long as everyone understands, my left arm is bent, and people do say, you're not going all the way up, Steve. I can't, because if that don't go all the way up, that one don't go all the way up.
Right then. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Steve, how many we going to aim for? We're just going to go until he crashes. We're going to go until we burn out. Here we are.
I've already burned once today.
Have you? When you woke up?
Yeah.
When them demons was at you?
Are we ready? Okay, okay.
Yeah, you can count them.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 39, 40. 50.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Go on, Steve.
60.
Fuck off.
64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70,
Animal.
80.
10 more, come on. Here we go.
100. 10. 20.
You're like a machine. You just did 130 press-ups on the end.
You can only understand the burn if you do 130 press-ups. That burns. Oh, burns.
You enjoy that burn?
Yeah.
Swing to. That's it. Give him 2.
I'm getting ready with my mates. City life on the estate. Pour the pints all in the